Feroz recently accompanied his dad on a business trip. He visited quite a few places in India and abroad. When he traveled, Feroz noticed that the weather conditions were different in all the places he visited. Feroz's dad explained to him that weather changes every day. Weather scientists record the different weather conditions such as temperature, rainfall, and wind speeds for a long period of time, as long as 30 years. When the weather of a place is recorded over a long period of time, it is called climate. There are many things that affect the climate of a region. These are known as factors that affect climate. Let's take a look at the factors that affect the climate of the places that Feroz visited. In early May, Feroz visited Khartoum in Sudan, which is close to the equator. It was extremely hot there. After some days, Feroz visited Moscow, which is closer to the North Pole. Before he left, Feroz was told to pack plenty of warm clothes as it is always chilly in Moscow. And sure enough, when Feroz reached Moscow, he felt cold. Why do you think the climate is so different in these two places? Well, this is because one place is closer to the equator than the other. Places near the equator receive the direct rays of the sun that fall over a small area. So, these places usually have a warmer climate. As we go towards the poles, the rays of the sun are slanting. They spread over a wider area. So, areas near the poles are cold. Next, Feroz visited New Delhi. It was summer in New Delhi and the temperatures were very high. But when he reached Gangtok in Sikkim, he found it so different. It was very cold there. Gangtok is located at a greater height or altitude than New Delhi. As we go higher and higher above sea level, the temperature becomes lower and lower. For each kilometer that we climb, the temperature falls by 6.5 degrees. So, Gangtok was colder than Delhi, even though it was summer. After that, Feroz traveled to Panji in Goa and later to Nagpur in Maharashtra. Panji was pleasant. It was neither too hot nor too cold, even though it was summer. However, Nagpur was very hot. Do you know why? Well, Panji lies on the coast, close to the sea. The sea does not get too hot, nor does it become too cold. So, places near the sea, such as Panji, have a moderate climate, both in summer and winter. That is, it is neither too hot nor too cold here. But places like Nagpur are far from the sea. Such places are very hot in summer and very cold in winter because the land heats and cools very fast. These places have an extreme climate. In June, Feroz visited Liverpool in the United Kingdom. Feroz found the climate there to be chilly and wet. People who lived there told him to carry an umbrella as it rains very often in Liverpool. Feroz later visited Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia. Pharaoh noticed that it was warm and dry there at this time of the year. Looking around, Pharaoh found almost no vegetation, showing that the region received less rain. Winds blow from the Atlantic Ocean to the United Kingdom. Since they pass over the sea, they carry moisture and bring rain. But the winds in Mongolia blow over the land, so they are dry and do not bring any rain. Thus, we found out that the following factors affect climate. Latitude. Areas closer to the equator are warmer than those near the poles. Altitude. Areas located at higher altitudes have a cooler climate. Distance from the sea. Areas near the sea have a moderate or equable climate, while those in the interior have an extreme climate. Winds. When winds blow from the sea to the land, they carry moisture, and when they blow from the land to the sea, they are dry.